What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a top 20-ish countdown of our...
My top 10 and Nate's top 10
we
horror
morphed
movies.
We morphed it together, so we kind of agreed on some things. My number one is not the same as his, though.
No. And we
could not agree on it, so... So
and
it's technically 21 movies.
Yeah.
Sorry. my bad.
You good?
Yeah.
Alright. And since it's becoming the month of October, and, well, no, technically it's not becoming the month of October, because when I'm posting this, it will be October.
Okay, it's October.
Yeah. And since it is now October, we figured, let's put out a few movies for you guys to watch. I'm sure some of these you guys might have watched, but for those who haven't, it's our top 10s. And we feel like you guys should definitely give them a look. That being said, let's get to it.
Coming number 20, we have Evil Dead. I think we both agreed on it. It was my number 10 list. I only watched the new version. I've never seen any of the old ones. But like Mike said, it's probably...
Which is, to me, insane, because the Ash ones are the best ones.
It's more like a comedy-ish horror movie, but I just think it's still creepy enough to put in here. Just the way the makeup and stuff looks in the movie, and it's really gory. It's a pretty good movie if you guys haven't seen it. Should they check out the old ones first and then the new ones?
I would say so. Like,
so
me personally, I would say completely forget the first one, because the second one is just a repeat of the first. Start from the second one and then watch Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And then,
pretty much. Number 19, we got.
This was my top 10. I chose The Collection for number 19. I chose that just because there is a scene in the beginning of the movie, and it sets... So, let me also include this, too. The Collection is a sequel to The Collector. So, I didn't know this at the time. So, if you are going to watch this, maybe watch The Collector first, but you could watch The Collection and, you know, you could just, like, slide right into the story and everything. You'll be confused about some things, but not others. There's a scene at the beginning, I'm not going to say too much, but it is definitely the most goriest scene I've ever seen in a horror movie. And for me, like, when I watched that, I was a little bit younger, and that kind of, like, traumatized me for a week or so. Alright, so coming at number 18, this was another one of my choices, it's 28 weeks, 28 days and weeks later. This one I did choose two, just because they were both so good, I couldn't really pick out which one I liked the most, but... In my opinion, this might be an unpopular opinion, the best zombies I've ever seen in a horror movie. Well, even in, like, a zombie movie. Like, these are, like, the zombies where I would, like, if there was a... Huh?
They're, like, really, really...
Yeah, like, if it... You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was gonna be, like, a realistic zombie virus, I would think, alright, 28 days or weeks later.
It was, like, a virus.
Yeah, it was weaponized rabies. That's all it was.
And the thing is, it's weird because they're not actually dead.
No, they're just infected.
They're just infected.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why, hence 28 weeks later, they're thinking everything's died out, and
then it resurges again.
Ergo, nothing is dead, so.
And then it resurges again. Wear your mask.
Alright. Number 17, The Green Inferno. Wow. Blood, body parts, and cannibalism is basically the movie. These students crash a plane, I think? Is that what it is?
I don't think...
They
No.
They go there to visit something.
No. Remember they were going there to save the rainforest?
Okay,
because
like
the indigenous people, it was getting, they were deforesting the indigenous people's land. And then they went there, and then they tried to stop it.
And they got captured. These guys actually are cannibals, sorry.
Yeah, by the native people.
It is a great movie, though. It is probably one of the goriest movies I've seen, besides The Collection.
God, yeah.
And it's very
I mean, it's
good.
also made by the same guy who made Cabin Fever, so that speaks volumes.
That's a good movie, too. Coming in at number 16, we have Saw.
This
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Is there 11?
No, there's only 6, I think. I was just joking because there's so many of them. But at first, I watched it and I was like, I mean, it's just gore. But it's actually not. It's actually like the story actually is pretty cool if you think about it.
The story's decent because it's all done in like flashbacks.
Yeah.
But I mean,
some of the traps are like,
yeah. With each new movie, it's like it becomes like, you know, like you look at the traps and it's like, holy shit. Like, you watch some of these traps, it's like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked every single one, personally, for me.
I did too.
I liked every one except the last one, in my opinion.
Which is what, Saw 6?
Yeah, it was the one where Hoffman is identified as the new Jigsaw.
We should have put this at the beginning. Spoiler warning. Mike will probably just tell you the whole entire thing, because that's what he did with me with Supernatural. I wanted to watch the show. Quick side note. I wanted to watch Supernatural, and I was like, oh, what's it about, Mike? Tell me a quick thing. About an hour into our shift, because we used to work together, and he's telling me the ending of season 11. From season 1 through 11. Number 15, Mike doesn't like this movie as much. This is more my pick. It's Hush on Netflix. It's about a serial killer, and he is trying to break into this house in the middle of the woods where this girl lives, and she's deaf. It's actually really interesting, because it's like he's trying to get in and she can only see him, obviously. She can't hear anything he's doing. He manages to get inside, and shit goes down. It's pretty dope. It's a pretty dope movie. It's like a serial killer, like,
It's not a slasher.
No, it's like a slasher.
It's like a thriller, suspense.
Yeah.
Alright. I might get hate for this one, but let me just say this. I like the remake. I chose the remake. But I do really like the OG one too, so go check out the OG one too. My number 14, I chose Fright Night. Now, I chose the remake because it's a fun horror movie to watch. If you get what I'm trying to mean by that, it's one of those movies where it's like friends come over, you're like, oh, I gotta show you this movie. Like, it's one of those movies. It's a fun movie to watch. But the OG one too, though, like the makeup in it and the effects are so incredible for its time. I don't think you've seen it, right?
I haven't, but I saw the screenshots and they look pretty good.
Definitely. The OG and the remake, check them both out. They're both equally great horror movies.
Coming number 13, we have Annabelle. Mike doesn't like it as much.
It was okay.
There's just something about a doll that's creepy.
Oh yeah,
shit. And there's certain scenes in there that was very disturbing for me.
Like, in all honesty, like, the whole reason why I didn't like Annabelle is I could only count 2 times where it was like, ooh, creepy, but like, not like anything that was like, oh shit, this is terrifying.
Like, I can't sleep tonight type of thing?
Yeah.
It's still a doll, which kind of creeped me out.
Oh yeah, the doll itself, and I swear,
it's like a mainstream movie.
I swear to God, like, they must, like, the directors of the Conjuring series looked at Annabelle and was like, how the can we make this more terrifying?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, oh, let's give her hyper-realistic eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, let's make her complete...
creepy-ass smile.
Yeah.
Like, alright, like, relax.
Chill.
But, it has it has some jump scares in it.
Yeah.
Once in a while, which is the OG jump scares.
I don't mind jump scares, but I feel it's a very cheap way to scare people. That's my stance on jump scares.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so number 12, and I think we both agreed on this.
We put number 12. 12 and 11 we put.
We chose From Dusk Till Dawn.
OG.
This movie is incredible.
It has,
so,
like, everything.
Yeah, and
it has action.
And, yeah, so it has action, it has horror, and oddly enough, too, it takes 2 people that are genuinely unlikable, like George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino's character, like, they're not likable at all in the beginning, but it takes them and makes them likable.
I know, and then you're like, wow, you know? Yeah. Coming number 11, it's another vampire movie, 30 Days of Night.
That's a good movie.
That is an excellent movie. That's probably one of my favorite vampire movies. I know it definitely isn't yours, because I know yours.
Oh, I was going to say, I definitely like 30 Days of Night.
It's not your favorite, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
It is creepy. Like, the makeup in that one is really good.
Oh my God,
the eyes,
dude.
the blood and teeth and stuff, and, like, the way it's just creepy. And they, like, move in packs, which obviously vampires do, but it's just the way they do it, and it's just so creepy. Dude,
I remember watching that, like, the trailer when it first came out. It was, like, a record spinning. I'll probably put the trailer in. But it was a record spinning, and then the vampire puts his nail down on the record and starts playing like the music. It was the song "Apocalypse Please." And it's like, dude, perfect song. Like, I wish trailers could do that nowadays.
And it was kind of sad.
Yeah, because all the dogs died in the beginning.
Spoiler.
No, that's not a spoiler. That's a goddamn warning.
Cracking in at our number 10, we got our old boy Jeffrey Dean Morgan. In the movie, The Possession.
Yes.
Excellent movie. Very creepy. First, I think this is our first movie that has anything religious to do with it. No, kind of the possession.
Yeah, I would say so.
This is our first possession.
So what the possession had to do about was the Dybbuk box. If you guys don't know the story of the Dybbuk box, definitely go look it up, because somebody now owns the Dybbuk box. Somebody that we would like to meet one day.
It's a real thing.
So, do you not watch Ghost Adventures?
Oh,
dude, Zach Bagans owns the Dybbuk box now. Dude, you didn't see a thing with Post Malone and Zach Bagans?
No.
Alright, long story short, Post Malone opened up the Dybbuk box, he freaked the hell out, and then him and Zach Bagans had like a week's worth of bad luck. Possession's a very great movie. Definitely go check it out.
Yeah, don't open
the Dybbuk box. Jeffrey Dean is the man.
There you go. You don't have to watch the movie now.
Yes.
No, it's a good movie though. Please watch it. Number 9
was me.
Was one of my personal favorites. Probably top 5 for me. But it's number 9 here because I know Mike wasn't a fan of it, which is Insidious.
That movie.
I like Insidious 1, Insidious 2, Insidious 3, but I haven't seen the 4th one. Sadly enough, I'm kind of
jump scariest.
Jump scariest?
Yeah, jump scariest.
He hates it because all the jump scares, but I think the plot and everything is so good with like being in the other dimension type of world with all the dead people.
The further, yeah.
That's just, but it's so good. The way they did the whole story is so good.
The first one was like, okay.
But the second one was great because you didn't... Stuff that happens in the first, you don't realize happens in the second movie. Like, you kind of pick up on it.
The first one is just
and then the third one is like a prequel. It's like how it all starts and stuff like that. It's so good. The way they did it, it was amazing.
The only reason why I wasn't a fan of it, like, I should say it, like, obviously one of the jump scares, but it's like everything in the movies became a trope of itself. Number 8, we got Lost Boys. If you guys have not... This one's older, too. So
probably my second favorite vampire movie.
I think this came out in the early 80s.
Early 80s? Yeah.
I think it's early 80s.
Yeah.
This movie is an incredible... This is, hands down, my favorite vampire movie. Nothing tops this. I don't know if it's the same director who made The Goonies, but...
A lot of the characters from the Goonies are in it. And it kind of resembles of it.
Yeah, it kind of mirrors the Goonies a little bit.
Yeah.
But it has Corey Feldman in it. Corey Haim, rest in peace.
If you haven't seen the Goonies, honestly, just click out of the video. Don't even subscribe.
Please subscribe. Ignore what you just said. Regardless, though, like, best vampire movie ever. Definitely worth a look at.
I've never... first time I saw it...
He never saw it, and I told him, we're watching it. And it wasn't even up for a debate.
And I was
watching it.
Come on, dude. I kind of don't want to watch it. And this was about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
About 2-3 weeks ago. Watched the whole movie. Very good. I actually enjoyed it. It was actually really good.
You would watch it again, right?
I would watch it again. 100%. Excellent movie.
It's coming in at number 7. I also chose 1408. Did we agree on 1408?
Yeah.
We both said yeah?
I've seen parts of it.
Okay. So, 1408, it's a Stephen King story. It's actually a short story by Stephen King. So, 1408 and The Shining are very similar. One's a hotel room, Shining's a haunted hotel. But 1408 brought it to like a whole other level where Shining, it was like, it would manipulate you, whereas 1408, it made you, like the room made you its prisoner.
The room was like, hey, what's up? I'm haunted. You know this. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, and there's moments in there where it's like you genuinely like feel bad for the main character. I'm not even gonna lie, there's like one scene in the movie where it's like if you get like really like emotionally involved into like a character's development in movies, you will cry in this one scene. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I'm not gonna say what it is or what happens because I don't want to give it away. But oh my god, that one scene. Amazing, and has John Cusack, who's an amazing actor.
Coming to number 6, we have Hereditary, which is on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I've never seen it.
Which, to me, is
mind-boggling. It's number 6, because I think it was like number 2 or 3 for Mike, and
we had to like.
So we had to play it high, and I was like, I take your word for it. He showed me clips of it. I watched the trailer. It looks extremely good. So, if you want to explain it, you can go right ahead.
So, Hereditary, I chose it just because, like, yes, it is genuinely scary, and there are scenes where it's like I had to like look away because it's like it gets a little bit gruesome at times. However, though, it doesn't take the fear from jump scares or gruesomeness or gore. It doesn't take anything like that. The movie genuinely makes you feel a sense of discomfort. Like, I won't say much. There's a scene in there, something happens to a family member. And you just see the father, the mother, and the brother. They're all sitting down at a table. This is like a week or so after the event. And you just see them all, they're all like dead quiet. And you know something's going to happen. But it's like one of those things that, it's like one of those things like you're sitting in a room and you know there's two people and they're not getting along with each other. You're just like,
you're waiting for it to explode.
And it never does. And it never does. And it just builds up until it finally the lid pops off.
Yeah.
It's so like, good making
like champagne.
It does such a good job making you feel uncomfortable. Great movie. I thought I was gonna hate it at first.
Alright, so I need to watch it, is what you're telling me.
They need to watch it if they haven't watched it. Get your ass to go watch that immediately.
Great movie. Apparently it is.
Oh, also, there you go.
What's that?
Just trust me.
Coming in number 5, we have Exorcism of Emily Rose. This is our first, demon possession movie.
Yeah.
This was in my top 3. I think this was my number 3 when I made my list.
For those
probably one of my favorite possession movies. Mm-hmm. Number 2, actually. It is my second favorite Exorcist movie. It's about... Mike, you can just do what it's about.
Alright. So, really fast. So it's about a girl. This is actually all inspired by real life events.
It's like a true story type of thing.
Yeah, it was based off the exorcism of Annalise Michel, and how this goes is she was a very religious girl, and then there was one day she was starting to act differently, and she was it got so far down the line she was seeing demons, eating bugs. Like, her health just straight up deteriorated, and this actually caused a bit, this was, what the whole movie's about, is it's about a court case,
yeah,
and the priests who were doing the exorcism was being accused of murder.
Yeah.
And...
Because she technically was not eating, it was basically killing herself.
The biggest thing was, with this whole court case was it a murder? Was it neglected murder of a mentally ill person, or was it genuinely... a demonic possession.
Right, exactly.
You had one person saying demonic possession, you had the court system saying no, she was mentally ill and schizophrenic. But
it's
that was a good movie.
So good.
And I usually don't like demonic possession movies, not because it scares me, just because I feel like it's cliched.
One of the creepiest parts for me is when she actually gets possessed, which I think is probably one of the creepiest ones for me. It's not look away type of creepy, but it was just it feels like it looks so real the way it happens.
Which one?
When she's inside the dorm room and she's all alone and it's the lights are flickering and stuff and things are moving and she you can hear things around her. Mm-hmm. She can see things or can hear something next to her and she can't move. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's probably one of the creepiest ones. Mike's favorite scene
is when she's inside a classroom and she eventually leaves the classroom, but no matter where she goes, whoever she looks at, there's the demons that are possessing her are altering her visions of reality.
Yeah.
And every person she looks at, she just sees a demonic interpretation of that person. The eyes go black and it's just
it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it looks like they're becoming a member of a black metal band.
Coming in number 4 was my number 2, actually, which was The Conjuring.
And this one hits close to home.
Was it?
Harrisville, Rhode Island. I like The Conjurings 1 and 2, but the spin-offs like Annabelle, the Nun was okay, but the Annabelle movies are, I felt like they could have been better.
I think Conjuring is so well put together. It's such a good movie.
Oh yeah.
Everything that happens in it is amazing. There's not a part in the movie where you're oh, that's kind of stupid. They could have left it out. It's kind of boring. You know what I mean? The whole thing was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen The Conjuring, I I don't even know what to say. One of my favorite.
Crawl out from under the rock you're in, and go watch it.
And watch The Conjuring.
Yes.
Right now, it's on Netflix.
Is it?
$8 a month. Netflix. Watch it. Right, Mike?
Or you can download a nice little app called Showbox. All right, so number 3, we agreed on this.
That's out of nowhere.
I have, yeah. I stumbled up upon this movie. It's VHS 1 and VHS 2. I stumbled up on this on Netflix.
It has everything.
Oh my god! So these VHS 1, 2, it's like one horror movie, but then there's like 3 or 5. I forget how many, and
I think it's 5
in each.
I think it's 5,
and it's like 5 mini horror movies by different directors in one horror movie, but it all adds up to the main story.
It's weird. So you got like ghosts.
You got ghosts,
zombies, aliens. Just a bunch of gore.
And it doesn't hold back either. Like, it does its best to make it terrifying and gruesome, but...
Like, disturbing stuff, it's just... And there's so many different things.
And even, like, the characters, too, like, it doesn't, like... You know what I'm saying? Like usually, like, if it's, like, a short movie, it's, like, it makes you, like, I can't really connect with these characters.
No, yeah.
It makes the characters, like even, like, though, like, you're watching, like a 10 to 15 minute video,
basically,
it's, like, it makes you, like, feel, like... like, some characters, like, makes you hate them, makes you like them a lot. Great movie, though.
Number 2. This was my favorite movie that I could agree with Mike with his favorite movie, like together, which was Grave Encounters.
Oh yes.
It's actually a hidden gem.
Come on.
It's a
we do ghost hunting. You didn't think we were gonna include Grave Encounters?
It's a hidden gem. Mike lost his hat.
Yeah, I don't know where it went. We had to go get a battery at my house.
Stuff happened. Okay. And Mike lost his hat. I lost mine anyways. Number 2, we got Grave Encounters.
Hold on. So coming in for number 2, we had to include this one considering what we do. We have Grave Encounters. We both agreed on this one. This movie is probably the reason why we have a tough time going into mental hospitals, abandoned mental hospitals.
Honestly, I feel like if we ever do, it's just there's a little voice in the back of my head that says, "This
Grave Encounters.
This can happen to you. Good luck."
Yeah.
Like, nah, I mean,
I don't want to be lobotomized,
but I also do want to go inside one though. That'd be pretty dope. So yeah, this whole movie is about
like a generic ghost adventures crew.
It's a generic ghost adventures crew that go into an insane asylum. They're only gonna stay there for one night, and the guy locks them inside the building.
And the whole time, like, they know it's fake. Like, everything they plan is fake.
Yeah, everything going on is fake. Like,
yeah.
Like they do the noises and stuff like that, and everything's fake. And then they realize that some things that's happening, they're not planning, and it's actually real stuff going on.
Yeah.
And possibly one of the best
found footage movies.
Almost the best movie movie that I've seen.
I would say even for like found footage, it's an awesome found footage movie. Like this, like to me, this is better than Paranormal Activity and all those.
100%. Blair Witch Project. Not even close. This movie is like not many people know about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why.
It's bizarre.
So good. Excellent movie. Coming in at number 1.
Who's number 1?
For your boy.
Okay.
Is The Exorcist. So generic, I know. It's probably the only movie that I watch.
It traumatized Nathan as
by myself, and I'm just creeped out while I'm trying to go to sleep. Especially if I watch it at night, dude. And I just can't, like, it was way ahead of its time. In the 70s, so? Dude? Yeah, like the way the makeup was and stuff, and the voiceovers, and like, it's just creepy.
Well, it also took place...
so unsettling.
Well, it also took place, too, during the era of Satanic Panic, too.
That's just...
So it was like, everybody's like, are you like freaking out about devils and shit?
It was like, the set was cursed, I heard about that.
Well, there was shit happening on, like, the set itself wasn't cursed, but there was shit happening
there
on the set.
Yeah.
That was like, it was very bizarre stuff happening. It's like same thing like with the Omen too.
So you got the OG head spinning, the throwing up,
the pea soup.
The voice, the voice is just that's the one thing. Like, dude, the voice is just like.
I hate the voice. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the voice.
Creepy.
It's not that it's creepy.
To me, it is. It's just an unbelievable. I guarantee most of you guys have watched it. I've watched it a million times. So good. And they're coming out with actually a new one.
Yeah.
They're remaking it.
Yeah.
Are they remaking that specific one, or are they just doing like a separate one?
They're probably it's probably gonna be the same thing.
The same thing.
Because the poster was Reagan. I assume it's Reagan.
Yeah.
Because the little girl upside down on the stairs like that, and that's what Reagan did.
Yeah, yeah. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. That is my number one. I automatically knew it. We made the list. Number one, I went
Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Immediately. Mike, what's your number one?
So coming in from my number one, this one is a movie that not like too many people know, but when I found out about it, I fell in love with this movie. This is like the equivalent to. I'm trying to think. What's a good Christmas movie? Like a movie like you put on every year for Christmas.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus or Polar Express.
Polar Express.
This is like putting on Polar Express every year for Christmas. It's Trick or Treat. Every year when Halloween rolls around, I gotta play this movie.
Never seen it.
This movie is, in my opinion, the best movie to get into the season of Halloween. It's incredible. It's 3 stories, but all the stories revolve around what happens on Halloween night, and that there's rules to Halloween night that you need to follow, or you'll anger the spirits that come out on Halloween night. And like one of them was like, never put out your jack-o'-lantern like until like the next morning, until November 1st, or else it'll anger the spirits. But it's an incredible movie. The characters in it are incredible. There's this one main character. His name is Sam, which it plays off of Sam Hain. So he's the spirit of technically what Sam is. He's a little kid, but he's essentially the spirit of Halloween.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and he's like the one who oversees pretty much who's following the rules and who's not. Because every time something bad happens, Sam is always there. Sam is always watching, and it's even that character has to be the most memorable character. And I don't want to discourage anybody away from this too, because I know a lot of people weren't fans of this movie, but it's made by the same director who made Krampus. So those of you who do like Krampus but don't know about Trick or Treat, go check out Trick or Treat. But even if you're not a fan of Krampus, still go check out Trick or Treat, because it is, in my opinion, the ultimate Halloween movie. Hands down, no debate.
Never seen it. I need to watch it.
Big time.
Top 21 are our favorites.
Yeah.
That we could possibly narrow it down to. And this isn't just specific, this is just horror movies.
Yeah.
So we're going to actually get into more specific ones throughout October. We're going to do
you do zombies,
top 10
vampires.
Zombies, vampires.
If you guys would like to see that, if you guys would like to see that, be sure to drop a like and let us know in the comments. Let us know if you guys are liking the top 10s and liking us, our commentary.
Yeah.
And let us know if anything we could change, anything you want to see, we can do that. Any recommendations? Even if it's a movie where it's hey, I think you guys should watch this, we'll watch that. Hell, maybe we'll even do a reaction to it. Maybe. It's up in the air. Running out of haunted locations in our area, but speaking about that though, so we are planning something special to wrap up our Freetown State Forest series,
which we
still have a little bit of ways to go.
Videos still.
Oh yep. Oh yeah. We went a few nights ago and we caught something really interesting. So we are planning on doing an overnight in the Freetown State Forest.
Yep. That's this one. I'm going to be posting gaming videos on here soon.
If feel like we say this in every video. So if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, share with your friends, comment down below for anything new you'd like to see, but most importantly, subscribe.
We'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.